Alrighty. How we doing, everybody? Oh, background's out of whack. Hold on. Let me fix that. There we go. But how are we doing this evening? I know it's a little later than my usual time, but hope we're doing all right. Let's see. All right, let's make sure everything is going up and good. Audio there. Do we got audio here? Hmm. Making sure I got audio everywhere. All right, we got YouTube audio checked. Excellent. There we go. Yeah, we're streaming a little bit later today. Doing some more create mod and planning out the workshop 2.0. We got a few more things to automate and make sure, or well, semi-automate, just to make sure our workshop's running efficiently for everything, and then we're gonna try building around it. So, let me see. We got our test world all set up. We switch on over to the gaming. Alrighty. And we got our recording started. Sweet. This is what we were doing last time. We were automating andesite alloy and andesite casings and copper casings, though we're not going to set up the copper casings since it's just basically this, but for copper. So, it's looking pretty good so far. So again, this was what our map was. We're not going to need those. Let's see. Survivals. Throw all the back in here. X. We're going to keep this one. X. We're going to get right into it today. Let's see. What were the next things we were needing? Message? No. So next we were needing to automate 4 things. Cogs, large cogs, shafts, and cardboard. Alrighty. So let's see. So we're needing 4 things. Create mode. We need a shaft. We're gonna just come a few away. And we're gonna actually boop, boop, and that. So we need shafts. Cogs and large cogs are kind of the same. It's just double the wood for the large cog. And then we needed cardboard. Alright, there we go. So we're going to start with the shaft, because the shaft is very important for both these parts. And this is relatively easy because we already have andesite alloy semi-automated. All we need to do to get that is we're going to swap, and we need a air saw. And then that's basically all we need for the shafts. So we just need to get this all the way over to a saw. And make sure the saw is set for a shaft filter. Because we want the shaft, not someone else getting it. You know? I'm so funny. Let's see. We're gonna need a saw. Do that. And then over here. And then which way are you moving? So you're going that way, so that's the way we want you to go. We're just gonna leave it as slow, so what we need... How do we do it over here? We're probably gonna do the same setup. Just set it for shaft. Yeah, we're basically gonna just do this exact same setup. And then... Oh, we don't need that. We need a barrel. And then we need andesite casing. Barrel. And then we're gonna want another one of these over here. And then we're gonna need that. And then we need our wrench. That goes there, that goes there. And then on this one, we're gonna put this, set it to receiving. Oh, no. Well, you can put a saw and then a shaft. That's where we need the shaft, and then shaft, then saw. So next we just need one of these. We're just gonna go there. And this one's gonna go there. And we need a frog. We need another frog. Only sending, check. This frog will need this. Let's see. Oh, that's not linked. Gotta link it to the network. It is very important to link to the wireless network. Okay. So we got that. And then, let's see. I don't think I need to set it for anything. Yeah, I don't need to. We're probably gonna branch this out. The bright side is, once we do this in the workshop, we can kind of change how everything's set up based on where we have our chain conveyors. So that's gonna be like an important key to like how we set it up. I think I just need... Okay. What's that? And then we need a shaft. Then we need to change this to saw underscore shaft frog. Underscore toad, not frog. Check. Wait, I did that wrong. We needed alloy. We're gonna set this to 1 stack. So let's see. There we go. Sawing. Okay, we're gonna ramp this up to like 64. Okay. Items, we want 1 stack. Just to make sure this is working. And we already got 12. That's pretty good. Alright. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Am I right? So for cogs... So for cogs, they're kind of the same. We're basically going to need shaft. And then 1 or 2 planks, depending on what is needed. And we're going to then need a mixer. So we need... plank. There. And we don't have planks yet. But we do have... We do have our logs. So we basically need another saw set up to get... You know what? Rather than recreate it, we're going to use a schematic. Schematic and quill. Yeah. First position set. And then we're going to call this a basic saw setup. Basic saw. Save and upload immediately. So we're gonna... Oof. We're gonna put you here. And we're gonna... Alt. Rotate. Alt. And then we're gonna print it. There we go. Alright, now we need this. We're gonna set this up kind of over here. Think that height? It works. Tools and utilities. Functional chain. Alright, there we go. So we add another junction. Now we're going to want to change these from these. This one. Too far away. What? Alright. Yeah. Oh. Alright. Be a silly thing. I get a schematic. And where's the table? The schematic table. Table. Schematic table. Okay. Oh, and that's okay. All right, we're going to basic saw. And we're just going to come back here. And we're going to position. Alt. Rotate. Control. Alt. Print. There we go. We're going to keep that in our inventory for now. No, frogs, you need to come up here. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Alright. And this one we want to name blanks. Underscore toad. Because, you know, we want the toads to be taking in the planks and making those. And then this toad is just going to be send only. Now, you are not needed there. You are still needed. Where are you going? Okay, you're going the right way. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Clear, clear. Up. And we need... We're gonna put it as saw. And then that's going to be delete reset. And then we need links, or we need these. Going to request that. And then this, going to be making planks, so we're going to put planks in here. And so what we're going to do here, planks towed, check. This should automatically make planks. We don't need a filter for it. We're gonna set this to 64. Perfect. So now we're making planks. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Oh, I see. I see, says the blind man. So, we got that set up. Next, we need a mixer that will take in the shafts. And the planks. We're gonna throw those up there. We need you in here. And then we need andesite casing. Not important. Let's see. So we just need it to go into a mixer. We have the mixer. We do have the mixer. What we don't have is a basin. So what we're going to do here is basin. Mixer. We need just a little cog. Because we don't need... We're not in need of, like, figuring out how to supply these power. So we just need to make, in theory, how this is going to work. So we then need to input so that is going in. Oh, okay, so we're gonna need 1, 2. Then if we do this, and then we get a barrel, put this out, that will roll, that will come up into there. Then we need a depot, which will spit out onto the depot. And here, barrel, that, and that makes small cogs. But we're gonna need equal parts shaft. So instead of a barrel, instead of that, we're going to use a brass. Or actually, no, what we could do is barrel, that, and that goes inwards. We just put because that should stop. What if I do that? I think that stops it. And then we need a packager. This is going to be frog. This is going to be toad underscore shaft underscore cog, or SC for small cog. This one is going to be toad underscore planks underscore SC. And this will just be a frog. Oh, browse it, hook them up. And there we go. So all we need to do now is we need one of these. And then you're going over here. And we're needing one of these. Hook you up. And then we're needing one here, one here. And then this one, we need the planks. Planks. And then shaft. And then OSC check. We want one, and then forward plank one, and then we're going to increase the power. Oh, will it pick it? It should have picked up. Okay. So we're gonna just do this. And then we're needing a belt. Okay, so for some reason a side funnel will not pick up when it's rolled past. Okay. Interesting. Well, good to know. Alright, and then this is just the same thing, except for we would adjust these to be 2 stacks for 1 stack of these. No, we probably don't have to, since, you know. But, we got our cogs. And then, now here, wait, why are you? Okay. Forgot to set that last time. So now we're needing this. So we now have little cogs, shafts, shaft, little cog, storage toad. We can set quite a few on this storage toad, but basically in the end, you're only going to get like 16 of these on here. But that's okay. If that ever happens, you just add more storage toads. Alrighty. Though you would name them different, just so you knew where to go. Well, I think you can put these actually on a wall. It's just easier because it automatically selects them. So we're not going to worry about large cogs because it literally is just the same. So now we just need to do cardboard. And to do cardboard, pulp. Interesting. I was hoping I could automate it with the leftover bark that we were getting rid of here. But no, it doesn't look like it. So what we need is a separate little thing. What are we doing there? Oh wow, it's only slowly building. We're gonna take it up a minute just to build it a little faster. Alrighty. Let's see. How would we want to do this? So what we're gonna need is sugarcane. Sugarcane will be the easiest to produce, or actually no. We're gonna need a steady supply of logs. So we could, in theory, I don't know. Oh, Miss Viewer, what do you think? Should we use sugarcane or should we make a tree farm to produce pulp? Or are you busy, Miss Viewer? Ash. Oh, Ash. I'm a menace to society. While we're waiting. So basically, let me set these up so it's prim and proper. Just while we wait. There's that. So that's what we had to do for the cogs. Now for here, what we need is to mix a variety of possible plant matters. So let's see, we're going to ingredients. block. So basically, what we need to do, we're either gonna do this, or we're gonna do this, or we could do bamboo. So these are our three options to make cardboard. Well, actually, that's not true. We need pulp. So what we need is pulp, which is mixed. That goes there. And either have sugarcane, bamboo, or sapling. And that also requires water. So this is what we need to get pulp, and that's what we get to get cardboard after it is pressed. There we go. Well, bam. We're gonna need this. So we're gonna do this kind of like this again, where it's gonna come over two. And then we need a basin. Now, thankfully, we can just do these. Okay. Because all we need is water. And to get like a nice little infinite water source, out of here. Actually, do it that way, and then we put this. This. So then that's going to come in to here. No, this can't be there. That needs to be belt. Because we need it. Just 1, 3, and we put that there. Pop this like so. And then we use case chain drives. Our press. And then we need our mixer. You know, our small cog. Think about that. That works. just need to create a motor. Up. And up. Change that to 64. Change to 20. Should be full of water. And then what we need to do is set it to pulp. Then we need a barrel. This and this. Yep. But there's that again. But now we just need to figure out how we're gonna fuel this. That's the real kicker here. And like, I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna be smart. We're just gonna use logs and saplings. But we're gonna X the sugarcane, X the bamboo, because then if we do this, we're getting our wood for here. So we're gonna just go ahead and slap this, and then we're also gonna slap the woody wood. So wood. So now the secret to this we're gonna use Farmer's Delight. We're gonna use rich soil. And then, let's see. And we need a... There's a few ways we can do this. We could just use a water wheel, we could use a windmill. We're gonna do the windmill where it's a little bit more self-powering. Windmill. So we're gonna do it here, here, here. That's my wrench. There we go. We're gonna do our windmill. Actually, we should put it down here. Now, for windmills, it's gonna automatically glue to that first block, and then the sails will automatically be glued to whatever the first block's glued to. So we're gonna just use sails. So we're just gonna put that 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Next, we're gonna break that one. And we're gonna put a barrel. So the barrel is going to need glued. But we're going to work on that in a second. So we're going to need our deployers. We don't want this going too fast. So we're gonna break that one. And then we need our kissy kiss. We need our kissing device. The holy matcha maker. Here we are. And then we need deployers. Kissy kiss. And yeah, we drop it into this. The doors are going to be like, mwah. And then we want a smart shoe. No, regular shoot. Regular shoot will work. And then we want this barrel to be here. No, back here. There we go. Always awkward using that. And we need our frog ports again. What? Damn it. Which way are we going to be spinning? Oh yes, I need to glue it. Create glue. Where is my glue? There is my glue. There we go. Okay, so it's going to be going that way. So we're going to want the saws now. Saws, deployers. So we're going to want saws going this way, and saws going that way. And then deployer. Alright, hold on. Let me get my wrench. Nope. Deployer. You want these filtered. And we're obviously going to want some of these put in here. Actually, there we go. I realized I probably should have only put like 3 stacks in there because we want those to grow wood. But there we go. Oh, I forgot my glue. Still needed the glue. here. We come get a wool block. This wool will work as a sail. There we go. And then we do this, and we do that. They do the kissy kiss. And like, normally, this will still be in there. And now we're going to come for building blocks. We obviously don't want to use wood. We're just going to surround this so it's something. There we go. A simple tree farm. And then we just need this coming in here. And we need this. This needs to come up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam, 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 bam. And then we need function blocks, chains. Then we need toad. Send only. Check. And then we need you. We need you hooked up to the system. And we just need to clear our inventory, and then we need to set our saplings to 10. And this is also going to fill up apples, so we're just going to request our apples, you know? Gonna request some apples. There's nothing wrong with a little apple, right? Having an apple to keep the doctor away, you know? 100 stacks of apples. Alrighty. So this is the functioning workshop of like refilling the materials we need. So we got our cogs, large cogs, shafts, cardboard. The way to make this better is so we don't have a byproduct of apples would probably be to use birch instead of oak. That would be my only big change right now, just because I didn't think of it when I was setting up the tree farm. Now we need the refillable toolboxes, is what we needed next. I need a bubble pipe. I'm gonna invest in a bubble pipe just for the sake of whimsy, you know? We got our central access storage. Automated the basics. How do we refill toolboxes? Only been an oh, we've already been at this an hour. Well then. Hmm. We've already been at this an hour, and we got this so far. I could have put this just in line over there. Yeah. And then, oh, we need our sapling. And that's going to come over here. Oh, I didn't finish this at all. Who left me in charge and unsupervised? Clearly, we have problems here. This is why we need supervision. Yeah, who needs supervision? Me, that's who. Check. And then this is toad of pulp. Check. Oh, I guess we're gonna need some cardboard. Four stacks. Now the question is, how are we going to fit these machines into a workshop right now? What does a functioning workshop look like? That's what we need next. Because now we got the functionality. Now we need to make it look all nice and pretty. What does a workshop even look like? Oh, and we have sticks as a byproduct too. Ugh. We're just gonna avoid sticks. What are sticks useful for? Sticks. Use it. Stick. Click. Q. Sticky. Villager trading. Interesting. Could generate emeralds. Or we could use them as fuel. We don't need it as fuel right now, but, you know. Oh, I forgot. to effectively power this. Let's just pick up a wood. Let's pick that up, and then we'll put in it's cardboard, wood. Then we need a wrench. Will that power both of them? No, it's just powering one. So if I drop this one here, and then we have cardboard and blank, and we wrench that, we'll shut those off. There we go. Almost forgot important stuff. Shut off valve. Did I forget a shut off valve here? I did. This one I'm not as worried about. So. Or we just not have. Let's set this down to 2. Set this to 5. We're having all our saplings get sent out. Actually, this would be better if we swapped it for a drawer, but I'm not fixing it right now. Let's see. Now we just need to design a building for all this. I think I think that's where we're gonna call it for today. So thank you all for joining me today. I hope you enjoy this little bit of automation. We're going to then come back and I'm not sure if I want to make the refillable toolboxes because I haven't figured out how to do that yet. Or maybe we could figure it out together on the next stream. But for now, I think we'll leave it here. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day. And just remember to automate or die straight. Bye now.